Hello everyone and welcome back to another J&K discussion. I'm Jammer.
I'm Kirillov.
And about a month ago, Bethesda announced that they're going to be holding their first ever booth at E3. So we figured to do some super preliminary predictions because it is one of our favorite gaming companies. So what's your first impressions, Kirillov?
So for me, I think it's going to be exciting to see Bethesda holding their own booth for the first time. Something that they haven't done, so now they can actually offer up a lot more than they haven't been able to in the past.
It's like they're being taken as a serious... I mean, they've always been a serious software company, but it's like they're finally getting their rightful place among the big guys, I guess you could say.
I don't know. For me, I feel like they've been way past it. They're like, nope, don't need it. But now I feel like they're going in to be like, hey, you guys suck, we're awesome, this is what we got.
It's true. Okay, so the big ones on everyone's mind are Elder Scrolls 6 and Fallout 4. So let's settle it now. What do you think?
Elder Scrolls 6, no questions asked. Fallout 4 failed.
When? We know. So you think 6 is going to come out first?
In all realisticness, I believe that actually Fallout will come out first because of the Elder Scrolls Online.
Mm-hmm.
But my hope is that maybe they say, you know what? Let's go with the Elder Scrolls on this.
Yeah, because I think the Ultimate Tamriel edition for Elder Scrolls Online is coming out at the end of this month, maybe next month, something like that. So it would be kind of weird seeing another Elder Scrolls coming out so soon to console. Technically it's not true Elder Scrolls, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I mean, like it's been announced, Elder Scrolls Online is coming out for console really soon, and I think that's kind of what they're going to be using as their new Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
So I would expect future Elder Scrolls, not next year, but maybe even sometime mid-year after.
Yeah, so I think what they're going to primarily focus on is Fallout 4. They're going to show off a nice trailer, maybe some gameplay, yada yada, the pretty stuff, and then I think projected release date maybe around like this time next year, honestly.
I could see that happening. I could hear announcements for a release date coming in like December or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, it would of course be nice to have this around the holidays as a holiday title, but at the same time, if you look at the pattern of their games, a lot of their games do come out at the beginning of the year where there is like no competition except for themselves. You know what I mean?
That is true.
For Fallout, at least.
For Fallout,
Last
at least,
New
yes.
Vegas, I believe, came out in March 2011. Something like that.
I don't know, and I don't want to get into that argument with the people, so.
But yeah, you were saying?
What I was saying was, for the Elder Scrolls, they usually do keep those more around the winter times from
Oh yeah, for Elder Scrolls for sure. That's going to be a big holiday title. So I would feel, so
nice.
Fallout 4 might be the beginning of next year. Elder Scrolls might be like 2 years from now holiday, which is sad to see happen. I want it sooner, of course. I'm much more a Scrolls fanboy than I am a Fallout, but realistically speaking, I think that's more likely what's going to happen.
Well, coming from personal experience, if anyone's played Morrowind, they know it sucked. The combat was awful. Actually, the free roaming was amazing. Everything else was great. Combat was just
the little
atrocious.
quick select items on the D-pad was nice.
It was nice, but the real point that I'm trying to say is, like, they're going to be working hard on Elder Scrolls. They're going to be doing a lot better with it. They're going to be fixing what they can. It's going to be amazing. I don't know if it will keep up with Skyrim, per se, but
Yeah.
I feel like they'll do a great job at it.
So, since we're on the topic of Elder Scrolls 6, what do you think is going to happen more? Do you think we're going to go to a new area, kind of like every other series, or maybe even a Skyrim sequel, where we're back in Skyrim again, but maybe the war has actually impacted where we are? There's new, whatever, maybe it's not winter anymore, or at least winter in the mountains, but maybe more of a spring I don't know. You know what I mean?
I know what you're saying. I hope they don't do a sequel for Skyrim. I just want Skyrim to stay Skyrim. Never want to be able to finish it. Never want to be able to find everything. And just be able to, roam with my companions, feeling amazing. All six of them.
I'm ready for a fresh new place. A lot of rumors are either Argonia, which I think would be good, but at the same time, I don't think it's gonna work. Just because whenever all the other areas have either been like human race owned, like the majority of populace was human or Nord, I guess, and then what was the other? Morrowind was like elf, and then there was still human and stuff like that, you know.
Well, with
but
Morrowind, they actually did a really good job. They did incorporate the Khajiit a lot more than Skyrim did. So
yeah,
that's
but the thing about Black Marsh is the main race is Argonian, so like, I don't know. I feel like it'd be a little bit harder to like relate with the characters. I mean, don't get me wrong, Argonians are cool, but like if you're seeing every person being an Argonian, like you feel like you're playing like a Ninja Turtle game or something.
Now, I'm just gonna correct you. Argonians suck. They're the most useless characters in every single Elder Scrolls game. Well, okay, I can't say every single one, but a lot of them. Skyrim especially, because of the armor that you could make that would allow you to breathe underwater, crap like that. It gave the Argonians purely aesthetic value. That was it.
Yeah, good value.
Not a good value.
But another thing I want to touch on is the other idea is, what if they went to the other continent and then used literally that entire new continent as the entire game, that huge continent, and then you could even incorporate the other races like the swamp elf, the water elf, those snake people. I don't know their names, but like it'd be really cool to see those people. Maybe even make those races playable.
That would actually be really cool, but first come, first served. I feel like they need to finish what they've got so far. I mean, they've got their world really focused on this area.
On Tamriel, yeah. So, back to just E3 predictions. Besides the two big ones, what else do you think we'll see at this E3 booth?
Dishonored 2.
You think so?
That has to come out.
Dishonored
I don't care
2?
what anyone says. That game was great. DLC was just as good. DLC could have been...
Even better, almost.
DLC could have actually been almost better, in my own opinion. Probably the best DLC that I've seen for Xbox altogether.
Yeah. So what would even happen in Dishonored 2?
So,
what do you think?
From personal research, a lot of people are saying that maybe you'd play as the princess or as another character that has been, I guess, cursed by the mark, if you will. My hope, which I know won't happen, but I feel like it'd be sweet, would to be playing as Slackjaw and his upbringing. Witch Hunter for life. Slackjaw for Smash.
What? Okay, well, that'd be really awesome. I think they should do Dishonored 2. I know there's a big fan base. I mean, you're a fan.
Huge fan.
They had it on Gold for free for a while. That drew in huge audience, you know what I mean? I think that'd be also another good thing. Now, I know that they're also been talking about their, well, I guess it's like a Doom, like a revamp. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
So, I haven't played much Doom. I've seen some gameplay of Doom, which luckily that'll help us out in this conversation. But I'm not too stoked for it. They haven't really sold me on it yet, but hopefully they're going to actually be announcing something that'll say, hey, check this game out. I mean, they've been talking about the Wolfenstein prequel. I think that'll be interesting to see.
That'll probably be at the booth as well,
and that will probably be there as well.
Yeah. So, but what's not to like about Doom? You got the aliens, probably a train, it's a shooter. It checks off the list.
It hits all the 3 key requirements for my gaming list, but the problem is, that is the problem. I feel like if there is trains, then they would have just pushed so hard to have impressed me on that, or anyone else who, you know, upholds a fine standard towards games.
Yeah, I understand. So so the lineup looks like Fallout 4, big, huge introduction. That's going to be their big whammy. Maybe a mention of Elder Scrolls 6, just saying we are working on it. Maybe an official title, not just the rumor of Argonia or wherever it might be. Dishonored 2, Doom, Wolfenstein pre-sequel, anything else?
Well, I think one thing we do need to talk about is how we've actually, just from hearing about some of these titles, we're seeing that move towards the free roam, the more open world. Sure, Wolfenstein was pretty linear in a way.
Yeah, just mission-based, and
still, it allowed you to maneuver around the field as if you're a free roam.
It was like a like simulated like free roam, kind of like back in the old days of GameCube, Zelda Wind Waker. It was not technically free roam, but you still felt like it, just because like there wasn't that much loading in the surfing, and you know what I mean.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, you were restricted to certain areas in Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
But what was cool was the ability to maneuver those areas any which way you really felt like.
Yeah. Good game.
Good game. It was worth the buy, not... I mean, it was worth it in a way.
So, yeah, just besides those 5, you know, what else?
A lot of what else is. Besides those 5, I think those are going to be the biggest ones
just
I
those?
would be looking at.
Maybe they throw a curveball. Maybe something new, like Wolfenstein came. Just something new as well. Maybe just like another minor project they've been working on. No word to talk about at all.
Well, there's always possibilities of new projects. I can't really think of anything that I've heard of so far, but usually they're good at impressing us with a little like, hey, by the way, here's a little taste of something new that we might throw out.
Yeah. All right. So, any final thoughts you want to wrap this up with?
I think that's everything for now. Just stay tuned for when more information is released.
Yeah, so if you like this discussion, be sure to like and follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Give this video a like, a comment. We'd love to hear your input. Catch you in the next one. Bye.